What's poppin', beautiful people in YouTube land? I put the 3 in G value, you feel me? And this video right here, 10 reasons why WWE Raw is unwatchable. Now, it's a put the reasons why Raw is unwatchable, bro. But it's like, I guess like I'm a super fan of the brand. I continue to watch it, but it's painful sometimes, bro. I be catching myself like dozing off, waking up like, what the hell? Like that whole angle with Retribution, well, the ex-members of Retribution and the Hurt Business situation. Like I'm like, yo, bro, I'm tired of seeing these people, bro. They take their mask off, so like they trying to give them a push, I guess. Like it's like, bro, like get these niggas up out of here. But it's other reasons too. Like I don't know, bro. Let's check out what homie got to say.
I tried watching Raw last night and I couldn't because it was just
it was terrible,
bad and boring that I had to change the
I seen this part
before I literally went to sleep. I think I can speak
this
for
part
a
was
lot
actually
of
pretty
people
good when
I
she was
say
fucking up the referee.
All three of WWE's brands right now are at an all-time low when it comes to the product's quality.
Oh, okay. SmackDown is a little better. I mean, SmackDown is always better for some reason, and that's coming from a Raw lover, bro. I love Raw, but I could agree, this shit is terrible, bro. It's been terrible for a very, 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 very long time.
SmackDown was getting a little bit better in the beginning of the year, but now it's becoming boring again, just like Monday Night Raw. However, I can still watch SmackDown and finish an episode, but I can't say the same thing about WWE Raw. I actually had a hard time getting through 30 minutes last night, like I said before, knocking out. Raw has truly become totally
same here, bro.
Unwatchable. WWE is consistently giving viewers such a bad show that should not be consumed by a consumer. This is why I think it is at an all-time low today. So in today's video, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why I think Raw sucks and has become unwatchable. Number 10, 3 hours. The biggest issue with Monday Night Raw is a hot topic amongst many wrestling YouTubers, including myself. We've all said,
you know, it's the thing. We say like, oh, 3 hours is too long, it's too long. But then when you get rid of it, it's like, you kind of be tight. I honestly think like in that 3 hours, they need to stop prolonging shit and like constantly talking about stuff. Like, give better matches, bro. That's why SmackDown is better, because like they'll give more matches, bro. Like, just put more matches, bro. They acting like there's nobody on the card, bro. Like, you got people like Ricochet that's like struggling right now, and it's like, why, bro? He's a great wrestler, bro. Like, certain matches you don't have to have a story mode, bro. Just put the match and that's it. Like,
in the past, but the bottom line is that the third hour of Raw absolutely killed and destroyed the show. After it died, they took those ashes of Raw, they ate it, they pooped, they pissed on it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's so bad. It was never the same ever since they changed. Raw should not be 3 hours long right now. It should have never been changed. You know, the company doesn't have good enough content that can make up 2 hours of the show. What makes you think that adding an extra hour would make it better? It only makes it a more difficult task for the writers. 3 hours of Raw wasn't a bad idea when they first introduced it, when looking back, honestly, because their brands weren't split up. But now that you have half of the top stars moving over to SmackDown, Raw is in serious trouble. The worst part about Raw being 3 hours long is that it's never going to change. WWE will not lose that revenue for the quality of the show.
Yeah, they ain't getting rid of that 3 hours. That's their bread and butter.
Do the same thing either.
Guards of Raw is trash. That's their money right there.
In a way, I would say that money ruined
You're
Raw.
not niggas like me that still watch it.
3 hours. You know what I mean? Number 9, last minute changes.
Yeah, that's annoying.
A well-booked 3-hour show could possibly work. I don't know, maybe, but we would never know because Raw is consistently making last minute changes to the script and matches. There are even times when the writers are actually coming up with segments and matches while the show is on the air. That is just crazy and wild to think about. Just imagine that insane environment. Imagine having the task of the most impossible job in the world. It makes Raw come across as very sloppy, rushed, and it even experiences a lack of logic because of this.
You could see it.
For instance, WWE announced Braun Strowman versus Randy Orton, in which would have been their first ever
fire
encounter.
match, and then they stopped
WWE
it.
then changed that match to Randy Orton versus Matt Riddle,
Which was a pretty good match.
Drew McIntyre teamed up with Braun Strowman to take on T-Bar and Mace, and then T-Bar and Mace had their mask removed. Like, how did we get from Braun Strowman versus Orton all the way to unmasking T-Bar and Mace? I just don't get it. It was a disaster.
It's like, bro, why? Like, you feel me? Like, what, why? Like, get these niggas up out of here, bro. They're not interesting, bro. Like, I could see, like, after the whole split up, they started doing some shit, bro. They promos are garbage. Basuda, bro. Like,
make too much sense. This is a trend that happens often on Raw. Number 8, rinse and repeat. If you watch one episode of Raw, you've essentially watched Raw for the entire year, because everything is just rinsed and repeated. The amount of rematches we see on a weekly basis has gotten to the point where it makes it hard to watch for consistent viewers. Like, honestly, you guys are beasts. Those 1.5 million viewers who watch every week, you guys got to be doing something crazy if you're actually consuming Raw. It's so hard to watch because it's practically the same thing every single week.
Yeah, no, I'm wild.
The Viking Raiders defeated Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin in a tag team match twice. 2 weeks in a row. There's not even a developing story about this feud or anything like that. They've literally just beat them each week for no reason. The matches are pointless and repetitive. Number 7, firing Paul Heyman. I've said this before, and I will always...
Heyman, that nigga is a genius, bro, when it comes to wrestling stories and shit, bro. Like, whatever he touches, pure fire.
I think
Roman Reigns,
running Raw, it
that
was
nigga's
low-key pretty
the best he ever been.
I was interested in the storylines, and even sometimes would watch Raw because they would put on a good show at times. I even made a video way back in 2020 explaining how Paul Heyman saved Raw. Despite this, WWE still fired him from his job and replaced him with
that was a
Bruce
good
Pritchard.
storyline right there.
That was
a good
easily the
promo.
worst idea ever, and it essentially destroyed Raw. The company hasn't been able to recover ever since, and that was just another reason for the downfall of Monday Night Raw. Number 6, ruining things. WWE ruins a lot of things, we can admit that. A lot of ruining, though, does take place on Monday Night Raw instead of SmackDown or NXT. Here are some things that were ruined in the...
Yeah, bro, I don't understand why they got rid of the Hurt Business so quick. Like, I understand, like, Bobby Lashley don't need that anymore, because, like, the whole point of a faction is to bring the mega star, like, bring the stars up. But for what's this dude, Shelton Benjamin and this dude, like, they just basically just got thrown to the wolves, bro. Like, it's like, damn, bro, like, at least give them like some type of like story mode. Like,
past year, the Hurt Business is the first thing I gotta mention that Raw ruined. The group was easily the best.
It was the best thing about Raw,
and
bro.
Then WWE went right ahead and ruined them by separating the group and then having them lose tag team titles.
Like, at least like dwindle it, like, you know, start progressing it to them demise or whatever, like evolution, bro.
Are jobbers at this point. The writing team even went on to have these guys lose 2 times, like I said earlier, to the Viking Raiders, which I wouldn't really say they're jobbers yet, but you know what I mean. They're just losers at this point. Outside of that, Retribution was ruined on Raw as well. When the group first arrived,
was ruined before it started.
A cool concept. Even having Mustafa Ali as their leader was a good idea in my opinion. They still got ruined though. Also, when you look at someone like Braun Strowman, he's been acting like the Big Show, flip-flopping back and forth between a babyface and heel role. He doesn't even know what he is at this point. And although I would disagree, a ton of other people feel like The Fiend is ruined as well. As you can see, if you are a...
This nigga wasn't even on the show last week. Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on with that situation, bro?
WWE superstar, I think it's safe if you stay away from Monday Night Raw. Number 5, the worst promos. Most of the promos in WWE are pretty bad, but I would say that Raw is even worse than SmackDown when it comes to this, just because Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Jey Uso, then you have Daniel Bryan, and then you have Edge. They put on some good promos in the last few months. But on Raw, you cannot say the same thing. It feels a bit more scripted, and most of the promo work is just bad. There's a video of a promo with Rhea Ripley going around on the night after WrestleMania where Rhea sounds like a complete robot, and that's how a majority of their promos feel.
Yeah, she definitely need work on her promos.
If you need another example of a bad promo, take a look at the Christmas story stuff with The Miz that he was doing during that.
What happened to Keith Lee, bro? This is what I be saying, bro. Like, yo, these niggas be wild. Like, they be having these wrestlers, bro. Like, granted, I know, like, you gotta create the story amongst the person, and they got, you know, you gotta build to love them. But Keith Lee was lovable, bro. That nigga was fucking niggas up. Like his promos was wavy, bro. Like he was enunciating all his words. Like, feel me? Like it made you want to watch. So what was the point of that? Like I could see Ricochet, but Keith Lee, bro, what?
AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre feud. It was just boring, uninspired, passionless work. Number 4, Adnan Virk, or however you say his name, I'm not too sure. Raw got a new commentator, and even he sucks.
Oh.
I understand that we.
Yeah, that nigga terrible, bro. They got him because his credentials, bro. That nigga was loved in the baseball world, but sometimes he be acting like he don't even know what the fuck is going on. Like
Probably
they be having to put him on game. Like, oh yeah, this is place. Like what, bro?
A few more months to adjust to the WWE. But what was the point of getting rid of Samoa Joe for this and whatever his name is, this Virk dude, this new commentator? That is a pretty odd choice. That makes Raw even worse. And honestly,
wrestling be making me question yourself, like you be questioning shit, like what Vince McMahon be thinking, like why fire Samoa Joe for that? And bro, what happened to Charlie sexy ass, bro? I used to watch Raw Talk just because, you know, it's funny. Raw Talk was the best part of Raw, bro. Charlie and R-Truth, they worked perfectly together, bro. Now talking smack is lit because the Paul Heyman he be just killing Kayla, bro. Kayla just be like this. You done, Paul Heyman? But bro, Charlie Truth, bro. Them niggas was lit, bro. But she get the bag everywhere because she on ESPN and something else. So she good regardless.
A ton of other people they could have brought in this position as well. It just doesn't make sense why they would bring and Adnan, whatever his name is. Number 3, the tag and women divisions. The Raw women's and tag team division are both pretty non-existent, and WWE clearly doesn't focus on either.
Yeah, bro. This just gets me mad too, bro. Like, how they trying to push Mandy and other shorty, feel me? And they not even finishing matches, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, get your ass whooped or something, bro, and then get to the back of the line, bro. How you going to, like, talk about WrestleMania, but yet don't finish a match? Come on, bro. Like, give them titles to fucking, what's her name? Snooker's daughter. Fuck. I'm forgetting the name.
Raw. You could honestly say the same thing about SmackDown, but at least the SmackDown women's division is good.
The women's division is fire.
Not
SmackDown.
So much, but on Raw, it's also the women's division. When Asuka was
Natalya and
was probably the worst reign ever, and a lot of people are talking about that online because it's true. We all wanted Asuka as a champion, and WWE failed to deliver a good reign for her, which kind of sucks. And for the tag team division, AJ Styles and Omos did win it. And
you know what's the sad thing about this shit, bro? They got good wrestlers, bro, for like to start story modes. Like now, being that Alexa Bliss is like on her own now, bro. She need to start doing a push. Like they need to start pushing her. Feel me? Like she's like what you want to see, and it says, but now it's like it's too many promos, bro. It's too many promos, bro. We want to see her because she's supposed to be strong, right? She's supposed to be OD strong. Get her in the main events, bro. Like still put Bray Wyatt in that, whatever the sense. But bro, she could be fighting for the title, bro. It's good.
Pretty hyped for that, but they haven't even showed up on Raw in the last 2 weeks, which is just pretty odd. Number 2, Kevin Dunn. One of the worst things about Raw is the guy that is mainly running everything behind the scenes right next to Vince McMahon, and that man is Kevin Dunn. This guy should be fired immediately. He's the same guy who said that he did not like Becky Lynch because of her accent, and he's also the same guy that didn't like Billie Kay either because he didn't get her gimmick, which I think was really great, and a lot of other people do think it was great as well.
She got rid of her too, right?
Damage she is.
Wow, fuck would you get rid of the Iconics, bro? Like, they was jobbers that was winning, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, wrestling is retarded, bro.
Monday Night Raw.
Not even just Raw, wrestling in general.
One of the big reasons why Raw is so bad and why SmackDown's bad and why NXT is bad, why every show is bad. Kevin Dunn overall needs to go. And number 1, it sucks the life out of you because it is boring. At the end of the day, I think that Raw is unwatchable because it's so boring that it literally sucks the life out of you. And that's how I felt when I was watching it last night. And if you feel that way about a show, then it is unwatchable. It is just downright bad. I don't think AEW is that great of a show either, but at least watching it, you get some enjoyment out of the botches. You know,
to AEW be blowing minds because like it's too many fucking factions, bro. Like that's what WWE is lacking, but we don't want them to OD over there. Please don't OD, but bring some, you know, 1 or 2 good ones. I mean, don't get rid of a good one like the Hurt Business, but AEW, bro, they got too many fucking factions, bro. All you see is a whole bunch of a gang of niggas just fucking each other up, bro. What storyline is in that, bro? They basically WCW 2.0 NWO, bro. But just a whole bunch of NWO factions, bro. Niggas fucking each other up, bro. Like, you get 1 or 2 good matches, but it's like, bro, I don't want to see another nigga stole on another nigga. You trying to watch the match, the main match, meanwhile everybody in the background fucking each other up. Like last week, bro. Well, this week, it was getting me tight, bro. You see Sting come out of nowhere, like, just get a nigga bat. Like, it's like, all right, cool. Thank you. Like, he just gave him the bat. He fucked niggas up, gave him the bat, and like, I finished the match because it was going too long. Niggas just stole on each other, bro. Like, what is going on, bro?
I mean, you enjoy the goofiness going around. You enjoy that some things are really bad. But when it comes to Raw, it's just bad and boring, which is not a good mix. It's just bad.
Bro, I'd rather niggas stolen on each other than a promo going nowhere. Niggas just talking for like 20 minutes. And then a match for like 10 minutes and another 30 minutes promo.
I just did because that is exactly how I felt as I was watching it last night. Let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, bro, I agree everything he said, bro. I agree everything he said, bro. Like, it's like, bro, as a fan, bro, like I'm a diehard fan, bro. Like, I really be watching this shit regardless it be whack, bro. Like I be son, and like it be to a point where like sometimes like, I be off and on it, but like during the pandemic, bro, like I be catching myself watching shit, bro. But it's like I be dozing off, bro. Like half of the show, bro. I be like, this shit's still on, bro. I fall asleep at like 9:30, bro. That's bad. Not even. I'm losing it. I fall asleep at like 8:30, bro. That's bad. That's even worse, bro. Nigga, that's already 30 minutes into the show. Like, you falling asleep into the show. Like, that's crazy, son. Wake up at like 9:55. Be like, all right, what's the main event? And it go nowhere. Like, yeah, bro. They need to change something. They need to change something, bro. Come on, where is Keith Lee, bro? I'm ready to see them push him, bro. But it's your boy Joe out there. Peace.